Imagine moving away from your hometown to a new city on the other side of the nation and having absolutely no idea how drastically your experiences there would completely change your life. Are you crying?
No, I'm not crying.
You are crying. It's just an airport?
It's not just an airport. This is like where everything started for us. I just mean like this weird life that we have now.
Where's weird life?
I don't even know what to say right now. I'm so emotional. We just landed in Vancouver for the first time since we left in 2017. We lived here for like a year and 2 or 3 months. We have not been back since. And now we're back. And my heart, it's just my heart. Yes.
Yeah, we were flying over Iona Beach. I haven't thought about Iona Beach since we were probably there last.
Shall we go to Taco Fino?
You've been talking about Taco Fino since we left. So we're actually going to meet some friends here. Not anybody from Vancouver, but just some buddies we know. I don't know, how do we know all our friends? From the internet?
From the internet, the YouTube.
This train is for Waterfront.
This is the exact weather that I remember in this city. We'll order everything on the Taco Fino menu.
God, this is going to be old-fashioned Vancouver eating tacos vlog. No story, just us eating tacos. When we found out we were coming back to Vancouver, all I wanted was Taco Fino. All right, let's go.
Is it weird to be back here?
Yeah.
Filming a vlog?
Yes. I wonder if they're as good as I remember.
Fish, tofu, carnita.
Before Vancouver, I thought I would be in Newfoundland my whole life. Like, that was the plan. Move away for 1 year, come back, and build a family on the island. That was the plan. That was always the plan. We're moving back to Newfoundland in the summer. We have 12 applications into Crown Lands, is that right? The plan is to build a tiny, super modern, minimalist cabin in the woods in rural Newfoundland.
We've already vetted all of these spots. We spent all of Christmas vacation last year basically scouring every single road on this side of the island looking for potential spots.
And we're gonna map them with the drone so we could do 3D render mock-ups once we get one of these spots approved.
Relocate the car here and see if we can get some better reception.
Growing up as a young adult, I had friends who moved away. They went away for college, or they just moved to the bigger city, Toronto, New York, because that was kind of the big dream. And I never understood why they never came back. They left, they moved away, and I was like, oh, they'll be back. And they didn't come back, and I never really understood why.
There was never a question about where we were going to spend the rest of our lives. It was always going to be Newfoundland. And it was just a matter of getting through that last year of training so that we could get home. Training, mind you, that I couldn't get on the island.
I had always wondered what it would be like to live away from Newfoundland, but I never ever wanted to move away. So having that 1 year where we could see what it was like to be away from friends and family and live in this new city in an apartment and experience what that was like without the commitment of being there for the rest of my life, without the commitment of leaving home for the rest of my life. Trading one ocean for another felt really good, knowing it was temporary.
We knew what was on the other side. We knew we were coming home, and it took the scariness out of the move.
Except we had no idea what was on the other side.
So this is how my work schedule looked. 5:30 a.m. SkyTrain. Get to the hospital at 6 a.m., prepare for rounds. 6:30 to 7 a.m., consent first patient, get eviscerated in rounds. 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., fresh cases. 6 p.m. to 7 p.m., round on patients. Research and prepare for next day's cases. 9:30 p.m. to 10 p.m., SkyTrain home. And do it all again. Get home Friday and the clock stops. But then a new clock starts, 48 hours for the weekend. Saturday, drive to Langley for flight school. Fly helicopters, drive home, study. Sunday, YouTube adventures with Becki.
Sundays were our one day together. We would take that 24 to 48 hours and go on adventures, explore the city, explore the mountains, and just film everything. And I spent most of this year alone, actually, alone editing videos and building the foundation of what is now this YouTube channel.
Unfortunately, viewing someone's life through the lens of social media can distort reality and bring their priorities to question. While I believe extracurricular activities can well-round an individual, your activities appear to outweigh your commitment to your primary profession. There is no interventional radiologist position as either associate or locum at the St. Clair site. This is our final decision.
There was this moment when I realized that our life had changed forever. I was sitting at our kitchen table. I'd broken out my watercolors, which I only do when I'm trying to manage my anxiety. Something about painting these gradients, dipping this water-filled brush and swirling it around in colors and just putting color down on paper was the only thing that was able to calm me down enough and bring my mind off the fact that every single plan that I had made for the rest of my life had just fallen apart in a matter of weeks.
Your whole life feels like you're climbing to the top of this mountain, and eventually you feel like you're almost at the top, at the very last step. The end is in sight, but then suddenly everything changes. And before you know it, you're tumbling down the mountain, doing anything to try and slow your fall. Reaching out to those familiar tree branches that once helped you climb, except the trees that you thought were rooted in benevolence are now whipping you as you fall, as all your carefully crafted plans unravel. But right when you think all hope is lost, you see a new path. And at first it seems crazy, risky, but a little exciting, so you dive in head first. Life is flying by at a mile a minute, and before you know it, you're out of the woods. Still alive, head above the trees, and you look back on everything, but instead of seeing the depression and despair, you're finally able to see the beauty in your journey and new opportunity. And all it really took was a change in perspective. Life is going to throw some pretty crazy things your way, and it's about being okay with that level of spontaneity, not looking at things as a detriment, but rather an opportunity.
We become caught up in having a plan, and having a plan is good, but when you expect your life to turn out an exact, by-the-book way, you set yourself up for disappointment once things don't go as planned. Letting go a little bit of that control and embracing change and opening up your perspective can really bring amazing opportunities and even amazing people into your life.
It's pretty amazing looking back on it all and thinking we're now going back to Vancouver, the city where all of this started, with friends who we met on the internet through YouTube that we would never know if our life didn't pan out this way.
Coming back to this city for the first time since leaving was emotional, beautiful, and I wouldn't change one thing about this whole journey.
Plans get messed up, life trajectories radically change, but opportunities still present themselves even in what seems like the darkest of times. So this is a tribute to Vancouver, the city that changed our life, the city where we started this whole YouTube thing, and the city that made us realize we could live away from home and be okay. So thanks guys for watching this video. Thank you to MusicBed for sponsoring it. If you want to check out the link in the description box below, you can get a free trial with MusicBed. And if you like the tracks that you heard, definitely check them out.
We also made a video for their channel, which is kind of a behind the scenes on how we made this film start to finish. So a bit about our thought process, storyboarding, narratives, kind of some lighting setups that we did. So if you want to check it out, it's in the description box. If any of you guys have been here since Vancouver, let us know in the comments how many little tidbits in the film that you noticed that we put in that were little throwbacks to Vancouver.
Yeah. Let us know about those moments and we'll include them in the podcast.
Just don't forget to take the paper off.
Chris?
Yes. Izzy and all of us went and ate dumplings, and she instructed me not to forget to take the paper off the bao. The type of bao I'd been eating since I was a kid that my Chinese grandmother made for me. She said, you need to take the paper off before you eat it. Don't forget. Hey, yeah, nice to meet you. What's your name?
Borders TM.
So the video is about 10 different things, and the title is about 5 seconds of the video. Yeah.
Oh, look who it is.
Playing with new lenses is so much fun in the moss.
I'm fogging!
Golden or magic hour? Go. Don't think too hard.
Which is which?
Magic hour. Magic hour.
Golden hour.
Okay, here's a game I play. See those little green novice driver signs?
Yeah.
First person to find one on a Lamborghini wins.
It's unbelievably moist.
Moist and tender.
Moist, tender, and spicy. All right, see ya. Bye.
Can you motion track this?